Hello, Inky coming at you from the closet she records voiceovers in. Coming back at it again with yet another speed paint of a D&D character ref sheet in my ever-growing quest to have all of my art fight ref sheets be turnarounds by 2025's art fight. Wish me luck because there's almost 20 of them. Today's character is my character Beatrice. You can see her up here on the screen. Her reference is one of the oldest ones, so I was really itching to redo this one because, oh good god, is this from 2021? She is a knight from the military of Sorrow. Sorrow is the country from last campaign's character, Narin. Too long didn't watch that video. It's a really cold country to the north of the continent, and it's really cold. It's full of people who are cursed, and it's also a kingdom that conquers other kingdoms. That last one I neglected to mention last time. Beatrice is in the military, and therefore one of the people doing the conquering. She is not a good guy. She is a guy that exists. She thinks she's doing something that isn't bad. It's pretty bad. Hot take imperialism is bad. Now that that's out of the way, let's continue. Her whole ordeal is that she is really into following rules. The Soradine military has this honor code, this set of honor-bound rules that to them mean their fighting is done in the most moral way you can, which means that when they do something that isn't great, they can sort of justify it to themselves a bit. Beatrice is really into following the honor code, and she is very much a textbook knight. Not only is she a textbook knight, she is a rising star. She's 26 and like 3 ranks higher than 26-year-olds should be. She is supposed to be this sort of like really talented, really compelling person. She's only charisma 10, which means she's actually pretty bad at conversing. She's really dry and like way too serious. She can't take a joke, but she's really pretty. And she's got a really compelling story. So the Soradine military kind of took the idea of this really good knight with a really compelling narrative, and they blew it up and used her as sort of an icon of like, oh, anyone can make it in our country because we allow everyone equal opportunity. This is the daughter of 2 immigrants, and she serves in our military as one of our greatest, and we love her. She's a Wyvern Knight, and that means that she is part of the Wyvern Corps. This means that she is part of the Soradine military's highest ranks. It's a bunch of people, and they ride on wyverns, not dragons, wyverns. Distinction there, because wyverns in our setting are not as intelligent as dragons are. Dragons are fully intelligent. They're even smarter than humans. Wyverns are big dumb puppies. And by puppies, I mean war puppies with really violent instincts that will maul you to death if you don't train them properly. I played her in a one-shot in which we were playing for the Soradine crown, and we were tasked on a secret mission to stop a menace threatening the integrity of Sorrow. That's actually one of the other factions from the main campaign. We didn't know that at the time, but we know that now. Hindsight is 2025, because we're in 2025. Do forgive me, that was terrible. Of course, the other guys aren't actually evil. Everyone kind of sucks here in a way. I would say the other guys are actually slightly better than the Crown, but we didn't know that because we were playing Crown loyalists for the one-shot. Beatrice just went in, she had a job, she did her job, she died doing her job. Okay, Beatrice was one of my first builds with this DM. She was in fact just generally one of my first properly built D&D builds. You can tell I was really learning how to play the game when I was playing her, and I played kind of mid, and she died. It was a whole thing. In the end, it kind of worked out anyway, because she's gotten to be this sort of like mythical legend figure that has died, but oh, her legacy looms over culture at large in the setting. Funnily enough, I was inspired to carry her on, and so I did Blair. Blair is her little niece. She was born after Beatrice's death. I just decided that it was cool to explore the idea of this character who is sort of defined by the actions of someone she never even met, because a lot of people, especially from nations outside of Sorrow, see her and see that she looks really similar to this war enemy that they dislike, and they make judgments based on that. But I will get into that whole thing when I eventually get around to making a Blair video, because I love Blair, but she's not ready yet. I gotta cook. I gotta cook before I get to make a Blair video. That's all I got for this one. Beatrice is really one of my simpler characters due to the fact that she is both dead and a one-shot character. She doesn't actually have a fuck-ton going on. I could talk about Narin's campaign for like 3 hours because it was a 2-year campaign. This was like a 5-hour, 6-hour one-shot. There's less material. But I really like her conceptually. I think she's an interesting character, and I think the most interesting about her is how she's gotten to affect the setting at large, the people around her who were affected by her death, her family. That's a whole thing that I explore, especially with Blair. I'm excited to get to talk about that one. I don't know who the next character is going to be. I have no idea. I'm going to be going away for like a couple weeks at the time of recording this voiceover. I will have time to do the speed paint for the next character in that time, but not the voiceover. And I haven't decided who it's going to be yet. As last time, I take commissions for this sort of reference sheet on my Ko-fi. I also take other art commissions, but especially for this sort of reference sheet. And I post stuff. I'm going to post more of these so you like them. I also do OC merchandise DIYs. Obligatory like and subscribe call to action. Thank you. Goodbye.